This is Jason Nelson, and for the past year, I've been working on developing a series of different interactive interfaces for digital writing and digital art. My goal was to work with AI coding agents and see what I could develop in terms of thinking about new forms of interacting with interactive works. There are a range of different projects I developed, and this is one of them. So this is actually based on a train. It's quite constrained, as trains often are. The landscape is entirely generated each time you open the work. It is completely different, at least in terms of its organization, where the train tracks go and all the elements inside of it. The goal basically is to go from station to station. As you do, you're collecting stories. This is all, by the way, placeholder text at the moment. This is basically an interface test. Once you finish reading that, you can move on, and you move the train forward again. And it goes forward. Everything on here, other than the train whistle, is generated by code. Each of these little components are designed to be different things on the landscape. So you'll see deer and flocks of bird, little homesteads, which are those squares, occasional blimps, even planes and cars, rivers, plants, and of course the train stations with their accompanying cities. And as we're moving, the train is getting longer and longer. Each new story it collects, it adds another car to the train. One of the interesting issues I find in working with AI as a coding agent is the fact that it's not always good at seeing the whole. Indeed, often if I ask it to rewrite the whole code, it will eliminate things, delete things, change things without my asking, or even add things into it. And it can become very, very frustrating because you're constantly having to go back to older versions or generate or start a new conversation. And so instead, I found that it tends to be a very additive process where I'm actually not asking it to write the whole work. I'm asking it to create individual components, which I then need to plug into the work, or at least ask it questions about how to plug those things into the work if I'm having problems. Having said that, there are quite a few technical errors. Before I talk about that, I will say you'll notice these bits of text in the black. They are historical markers that come up throughout the work representing different features or elements or little stories on the landscape. In terms of technical issues, overall functions really well. And overall, I'm super pleased with it. Having said that, there are quite a few small technical issues I'd like to sort out. For example, the rivers, for some reason, curve in a really strange way. The blimps and the planes often appear in random places and then go away, and I'm not sure why. So there are things to sort out, and that is one of the drawbacks of working with AI as a coding agent is sometimes you're not exactly clear about why it's doing something specifically, and that might take a little while to sort out. But again, this would not have been possible. This code and this project would not have been possible, I don't think, without actually having some assistance. At least not me by myself, given my Frankencoder abilities, which are sometimes good and sometimes poor. The work is slow, and I love that. I think it's a nice change from works of mine that are frenetic and a bit crazy per se, very kind of, a lot of things happening. This has a lot of things happening as well, but, the interface itself is quite simple. You travel from train station to train station. Technically, this work can go on forever, although there will be a limited number of stories, historical markers, and other elements inside of it, but it is designed to extend forever. I have not tested it fully, so I haven't played it for an hour, let's say, so I'll have to check for memory leaks and things like that. But overall, I'm super happy with it. I think it's a lovely work, it functions really nicely, and it gives you a kind of this lovely, slow, meditative sense that you often get on train travel. And that was the goal. And it I think that's been accomplished nicely. Oh, I'm not sure what happened to that city. That city's broken. I'll look into that. So thanks. This is, I haven't given it a title yet. It's called Train Journey now, but I'll give it a better title later. Thanks.